Hello again, welcome to Mrs. Holmes' Literacy Lessons. You can see we're starting a new story today, and this one is called The Legend of Spud Murphy, and the author is Ian Colfer. You've probably noticed already that this book is looking quite tatty and battered. That's because it's a story that I love, and I've used it with quite a few classes, and all the children that I've read it with have really enjoyed it, so I hope that you're going to enjoy it too. Okay, looking at the cover, I would like you to have a think. What do you think this story is going to be about? Have a look at the clues in the picture, have a look at the title. What do you think this story could be about? Perhaps you might like to pause the video so that you can have a think about it and discuss it with your adult at home. Okay, next question for you to think about, looking at the front cover, is what sort of a story do you think this is going to be? For instance, do you think it is a scary story? Do you think it might be a science fiction story? Do you think it could be a mystery story? That's what I mean by what sort of a story do you think this is going to be? Again, perhaps you might like to pause the video to give you time to think about it and have a chat with your adult at home. Okay, let's have a look at the blurb, the information on the back of the book, and see if it helps us with our ideas or see if it gives us new ideas. Suddenly, a shadow fell across my brother. It was Spud. She had appeared without a sound, like a ninja librarian. Will and his brother Marty are doomed to spend their holidays in the library. If they put a foot wrong, Mrs. Murphy will use her dreaded gas-powered Spud gun, and you don't want that. Just ask Ugly Frank how he got his nickname. But in Will and Marty, has Spud Murphy met her match? Okay, that's the blurb on the back of the story. So, does that match your prediction for what the story is about? Or would you like to change your ideas now you've got this extra information? And does it match the sort of story you thought this was? Or again, now you've got this extra information from the blurb, would you like to change your ideas? Okay, it's time to get reading. Chapter 1, Ugly Frank. A chapter title usually gives you a hint of what's going to happen in the chapter, but this is quite an unusual chapter title. Not really sure that it's giving me many hints about what's coming up. I wonder if it's giving you some hints. Okay, let's start. I've got 4 brothers. Imagine that. 5 boys under 11 all living in the same house. On wet summer days, our house gets very crowded. If we all bring 2 friends home, then there could be 15 of us crammed into the house. At least 8 will be roaring like lunatics, and the rest will be dying to go to the toilet. The flusher in our toilet snaps off about once every 3 months. You can see I've put a little post-it note there asking the question, why? Why do you think the flusher in their toilet snaps off about once every 3 months? This might be another good time to pause the video, have a think about that question, and have a chat with your adult who's with you. When my dad came home one day and found 3 sons and 4 strangers covered in war paint swinging on the bedroom curtains, he decided that something had to be done. It didn't help that the war paint was stolen from Mum's makeup box. So that means it's actually Mum's makeup, doesn't it, that they've taken? And look, the use of the word stolen means they didn't ask her, did they? That was a bit naughty. No more bringing friends home, Dad declared after the warriors' parents had collected them. So because they're wearing war paint, the author is referring to the other children as warriors, which means soldiers, fighters. So it sounds to me like they were being very noisy. That's not said Marty, the biggest brother, mascara streaking his cheeks. Mascara's supposed to be used for painting on eyelashes. That punishment really affects me because I'm popular, but Will's best friend is his action man. Will, that's me. I love that action man. Donnie, Bert and HP started complaining too, but only because they're little brothers and that's what little brothers do for a living. I know that technically I'm a little brother too, but I'm in the big brother half of the family. Having one little brother is bad enough, but having 3 is too much punishment for one person. That's enough punishment for an entire housing estate. The trouble with little brothers is that they are never blamed for anything. All Donnie, Bert and HP have to do is bat their blue eyes and let their bottom lips wobble a bit, and they are forgiven for everything. Can you sympathise with Will there? Would you agree that having a little brother is bad enough, but having 3 is too much punishment for one person? Oh, you can see there's more questions coming up. Donnie, Bert and HP could stick an axe in my head and they'd still get off with 10 minutes, no TV and a stern look. The only things that Marty and I ever agree on is that our 3 younger brothers are spoilt rotten. This house is a madhouse, said Dad. And he's the chief lunatic, I said, pointing to Marty. I'm not the one talking to dolls, retorted Marty. Retorted means he answered back very quickly and in quite a loud voice. That hurt. Action Man is not a doll. Quiet, said Dad through gritted teeth. Can you tell that Dad's getting cross? Or even more cross, perhaps. There must be something we can find for you to do during the holidays. Something to get you out of the house. Not my babies, said Mum, hugging the younger brother squad tightly. They gave her the full baby treatment. Big baby eyes, gap-toothed smiles, and HP even sucked his thumb. That kid has no shame. Maybe not those 3, but Will and Marty are 9 and 10 now. We can find something for them. Something educational. Marty and I groaned. Educational hobbies are the worst kind. They're like school during the holidays. Right, 2 questions for you, look. The first one is, I want you to make a prediction. What educational things might Dad mean? Have a think. The second question is tucked away behind there. Luckily, I can remember it. Can you please summarise, which means give a short version, can you summarise Dad's reasons for wanting to find something for the boys to do during the holidays? I would love it if you would send me an email with your answers to those 2 questions. So just to remind you, number 1 is a prediction. What educational things might Dad mean when he says let's find them something educational to do? And number 2, summarise, give me a short version of Dad's reasons for wanting to find something for the boys to do during the holidays, something that gets them out of the house. Why does Dad want them out of the house? I look forward to getting your emails with your answers to those 2. Bye for now.